Well, the fencing is done and I really love the result. It really changes the atmosphere of the plot. So yeah, I like it. I really like it.
Hi, my name is Remco, and I'm a druid, and I will turn this into a tiny permaculture paradise.
Hi, and welcome back. In the last weeks, we worked on building a fence, and the end result looks really nice. In this episode, I'd like to share some thoughts about the permaculture ethics and how this aligns with Druidism. And having a fence has a lot of meaning concerning Druidism and the permaculture ethics. The permaculture is based upon three ethics: care of the earth, care of people, and the fair share. A very important characteristic of Druidry is the feeling of being connected to nature. We see nature as something divine, something sacred, and the bond goes much deeper than the ethical principles of the permaculture. Within permaculture, the earth is seen as a living organic system, with the forest and rivers as the lungs and veins, which support the many life forms. All life form has its own value and its own place in the ecosystem. It should be respected that way. The first step for every permaculture project is to regenerate the land by increasing the amount of life forms. What's good for the land is good for the people because both are intertwined. Within Druidry, we share a worldview that goes beyond the physical world. I'm referring to the world of energies. Taking care of the earth from a Druid perspective is also about taking care of the spirits of the land. The principle of care of people. It's about promoting self-reliance and responsibility towards the greater community. Self-reliance is about learning skills, sharing knowledge and experience. As an individual, we need a community for our survival. Within the healthy community, people collaborate to support each other by sharing and trading skills and goods. The whole idea of being self-sufficient on your own island is a myth. It's undoable. We all are part of the greater community and we take a role in it. Permaculture is about seeing this greater good. The principle of fair share is about returning of surplus to the earth and people. This is totally different from how Western society is currently working. Our Western society is driven by consumer capitalism, which is about creating scarcity as a model for making more profit and continuous growth. This economic model is devastating for the Earth's life. People are exploiting the Earth's resources and keep their eyes shut for the long-term effects. The current economic system is the opposite of the concept of sharing abundance. The idea behind this principle of sharing is that everyone takes a fair share, and as a result, there should be enough for everyone. The principle is not only about sharing with people, but also about sharing with nature and all that is. Back to Druidry. Within Druidry, we highly value peace. We have this peace prayer we use in our ceremonies. On the website of druidry.org you can find some good articles about it. I put the links down below in the description. This prayer we use in our ceremonies goes as follows. Deep within the still center of my being, may I find peace. Silently, within the quiet of the grove, May I share peace gently within the greater circle of humankind. May I radiate peace. As I mentioned earlier in the other episodes, I've been working on creating a magical, edible garden full of life, and I see this as my grove where I can find the quietness and peace. Within the permaculture principle of care for the people, it's important to understand why it's needed not to forget ourselves while caring for others. And the Druid prayer describes this perfectly. For example, how can someone find his inner peace while neglecting himself? How can someone support the people around him if the person doesn't have the inner peace to do it? If I want to share peace, or skills, or the products from out of my growth, I need to define where the growth starts and where it ends. I need to define the boundaries. I need to define the space where I can work of finding my own inner peace. And that is why fencing the property is a very important step. It's not only about setting the boundaries in the physical world, but it's also defining a space in the energetic world where magic work can be done. Thank you for watching and see you next time.